Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We have got an exciting Game 6 for you guys in our National League Championship Series between the Dodgers and the Phillies from 2008. This is a game that did not happen in real life. It was over in Los Angeles and didn't need to go back to Philadelphia. And in real life, the Phillies took this game, or took the series in 5 games. In our replay so far, it's Dodgers up 3-2. So the Dodgers have a chance to punch their ticket to the World Series, which is going to make my life a living hell because I'm going to have to try and figure out lineups and everything else because it's not, what normally happens. So I can't use the lineups from that. Which is interesting because in the American League we have the same problem with Boston trying to punch their ticket to the World Series, which they didn't do in real life either. So we could end up with a Dodgers Red Sox World Series. So I'm going to be making the lineups myself. Oh joy. Anyways, before we can do that, we got 2 more games possibly here, as we know it's Game 6 and we know the series is not over. The Philadelphia Phillies still got a lot of fight left in them. So let's get to the table and finish this sucker up. In the National League and the Phillies, ballpark singles lefty 1-10. Lefty 1-10. Righty 1-7. And ballpark home run for Philadelphia, it is lefty 1-14, righty 1-14. All right, so we got all that. I did have to, obviously, since this game didn't happen in real life, I've had to make some changes to the lineup and what pitcher is going to be coming out here. So we're going to have Derek Lowe pitching for Los Angeles, and we're going to have Brett Myers pitching for Philadelphia. So Derek Lowe against Brett Myers. And same lineups as Game 1 of the series. Again, Los Angeles wins, they go to the World Series. If the Philadelphia wins, Brett Myers is a right-hander and Derek Lowe is a right-hander. Here we go, in Philadelphia. This is a game that did not happen in real life, but it would have happened on October 17th, somewhere around about the 17th of October. Here we go. Rafael Furcal for the Dodgers against Brett Myers. That is a 4-9. He's going to be lefty 4-9. Lefty strikes him out. Strikeout number 1 by Brett Myers. And this game is underway. Andre Ethier, the right fielder, is a 1-6 right-hander. 1-6 strikeout number 2. Fastball on the outside corner. Manny Ramirez has had a huge series. 110, and he's going to have another big home run check. 1-14, that's a 16. No. Manny Ramirez, righty, is going to have a deep F7, and he had a chance at another home run. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. No score here in Philadelphia. The hometown crowd, sigh of relief there. Jimmy Rollins, Derek Lowe is a right-hander. As a 5-5 lefty, 5-5 shortstop X. Shortstop X is for Gall. He's at 2E20. 2E20 at shorts. 2-11 is fine. 6, 7, 8, 9 on the thought I said E20. E20 is 4, 15, 16, and 17. Nope. It's going to be a good play by The shortstop, 6-3 on the putouts. Shane Victorino, Shane. 2-5. That is a 1-9 triple. It's a 14. That's going to be a single, though. And he's going to try and get the jump. 2-5, 11 or 12. 2-5, 11 or 12. He got a 9, so no jump. He could still go without the jump. He'd be a 14. Derek Lowe is a +1. Minus catcher is -1 arm. -2 for holding him. So it'd be a 1-12. So Derek Lowe is going to be a minus. He's going to be a 0. And Brett Myers, +2. -1. He's going to be a +1 for Brett Myers on his hold. So Victorino could go on a 1-12. He'd make it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He is going. And he's in there. And he got a... Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Russell Martin is a T13. So 1-13, either 1, 2, or 3, he might have a throwing error. And a 1-13 is a throwing error. He does have a throwing error. And it's going to be a stolen base and a throwing error. And that is going to be an E2. E2. Shane Victorino gets all the way to third. 1 out. Chase Utley. Chase Utley is a 4-9. Lefty, 4-9. Ground ball first base B. And the run comes in. Run comes in. And it's 1-0 Phillies. Ryan Howard. 2-5. Strikeout number 1. But the Phillies pick up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. We go to the top of the second. 1-0 Phillies trying to force game 7 here. At home. Russell Martin. 4-2 righty. 4-2 first base X. That is Ryan Howard. He is a 4-E-20. 4-E-20 at first. 4-3 is not going to be good. That's going to be a single. And a 10 on a E20. And there is a 10. It's going to be a single and an error on Howard. Oh boy. And an E1 or E3. So a single and oops, wrong run. It's going to be a single and an E3. Gets him to second base. And just like that, they have runner in scoring position for James Loney. And just ignore this because that's not what happened in real life. James Loney got a 3-8. Right-hander, 3-8. And that is going to be a base hit single, 2 stars. And that's going to score the run. And we are tied just like that. Single, 2 stars. And it's 1-1. Loney can get the jump. He is going to try for a jump. He needs a 4 or 6. He got a 5, no jump. Matt Kemp. That is a 110. 110. That is a 1-15 double. That is a single, 2 stars. And the runners at the corners. Nobody out. Casey Blake. Casey Blake. 2-2. And that is a ballpark home run check. That is a 1/14. Fortunately, that is a 20. But that is going to be an F7. But deep enough to score the run. And the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. Runners still at first. Blake DeWitt. Blake DeWitt. 4-5 lefty. 4-5. Strike him out. That'd be strikeout number 3. And that brings up the pitcher spots. Derek Lowe is a weak righty. Derek Lowe is a weak righty. That's a 1. Well, I wish I could say we were doing okay, but it's been challenging here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to squeeze a game in. We'll see how it goes tonight. So we are headed to the bottom of the second. Pat Burrell is up. We can ignore all that mess. But thanks for asking, Barbara. Barbara, it needs some help. 4-7 righty. 4-7. That is a 1-17 single. That is going to be a single. Pat Burrell, no chance to steal. Jason Worth. 3-8. And that's going to be a 4-6-3. I'm sorry, 6-4-3. Double play. Right to the shortstop. That's going to be for call. Flips it over to DeWitt, and DeWitt throws it on to Looney. 4-6-3. Pedro Feliz. 3-5. That is a 1-8 single. That is a 10. That is a line out to seconds. And a promising inning goes by the wayside. After 2, the Dodgers trying to book a ticket to the World Series tonight. Trying to book a ticket to the World Series tonight in 2008. Can they do it? Rafael Fakal back up, struck out in the first. 5-6 lefty. Strikes out again in the third. That is strikeout number 4. Andre Ethier struck out in the first. 1-6. Strikes out in the third inning as well. Both of them. Back-to-back. Strikeout number 5 by Brett Myers. And Manny Ramirez had a home run chance in the first, but couldn't get the numbers to line up. 3-10. And that's going to be a walk. Our first walk of the ball game. And Manny's going to give Russell Martin a chance to hit it. Martin's had a good series so far. That is a 5-7 righty. 5-7. That's a 1 for a single, and that is a 1. Are you kidding me? Single 1 star. Single 1 star. And you got 2 men on for James Loney. James Loney singled in the second. 2 on, 2 outs, top of third. That is a 1-7. That's a 1-14 single, and that is 1 star again. So they're going to load the bases on another 1 star single. That brings up Matt Kemp with bases loaded. 2 outs. Big play of the game here. Bases loaded and 2 outs. It's a 1-9, and that is a 1-6 triple. That is going to be a single 2 stars, and the Dodgers are going to score 2 runs. Runner in first moves to third, and another single puts runners at the corners, and 2 more runs in for the Dodgers. Matt Kemp delivers. It could have been a triple, though. And you have runners at the corners now for Casey Blake, who flew out to left field his first time up. As a 4-5 righty. 4-5. And that is a walk to load the bases. Again, the bases are loaded. And it's the lefty Brett Myers up. Brett Myers against Blake DeWitt. Who's going to win this matchup? As a 5-6 lefty. 5-6 strikes him out. A huge strikeout number 6. But 2 runs by the Dodgers. And they have a 4-1 lead here in Game 6. Trying to punch a ticket to the World Series tonight. Derek Lowe against Carlos Ruiz. 3-10. That is a walk. A walk. And you have the pitcher spot coming up. Pitcher spot coming up. Obviously, he's going to sacrifice. He is a C-bunter. He got a 6, and the defense can try for the lead runner. It went to position 1, which is the pitcher. Lowe is a +3. Runner first. Let's see. Ruiz is only an 11 to runner at first. So 11. Subtract 3 and then add 3. So it'd be a 1-11 to get the runner out at second. They're going to try. They're going to try and get the runner out at second. So Lowe drops the bunt. Charging it is Lowe. Lowe picks it up, throws it to second, and they did not get him. They did not get him. Runner is safe at first on the sacrifice attempt, but they try for the lead runner instead of taking the for sure out. You got first and second. Nobody out here for Jimmy Rollins. Maybe that was a mistake. Derek Lowe looks at himself like, I should not have done that. 2-8. And that's going to be a single into center field. And just like that, it's going to be bases loaded. They're going to hold the runner at third. And nobody out. Defense is going to play back. Go for the double play. They'll give up the run. Shane Victorino. That kind of fell out of my hand. Hang on. Shane Victorino. 7-0 on the Havoc. 4-3. He's going to be a lefty. 4-3. 4-3. Fly ball right field X. That is right field X. Andre Ethier is a 3-E2. Andre Ethier is a 3-E2. In right field. 3 and a 12 is an F2. And a 9. Ethier was a error 2. I'm sorry, it's a 3. 3 and a 12 is an F2. Error 2. No error. No error at all. But F2. Runner third scores. It's now a 4-2 ball game. 4-2 ball game. Shane, so that was an F9. And it's going to be Chase Utley up. Runners at first and second. Double play can get him out of the mess he's got himself into. It's a 1. It's a wild pitch, and that is a 1. And his wild pitch is a 1. So he needs a 1-1 for it to be a wild pitch, and it's a 1-1. It is a wild pitch. Runners move up. Third and second base. A wild pitch by Derek Lowe. Wild pitch. He needs a 1-1 on the 20s and gets the 1-1. 4-5. Lefty. Ground ball second base B. Second base B. Runners are going to move up. And now there's 2 outs. 2 outs, runners at third. For Big Ryan Howard. They got a 5-4. Lefty, 5-4. Center field X. That is Matt Kemp. He's a 3-3. In center field, 3-3. 3 and a 13. He's going to get to it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and a... Uh-oh. No 9. No 9. Wait. He is an E. He's an E3. There's no 9 there. Yep. Okay. So good play in center field. But they pick up 2 runs to get the matchup. What the Dodgers did in the top of the third inning is a 4-3 ball game. Derek Lowe very disappointed in himself. He's going to come out and pitch here, or hit in the 4th inning. 4-4. 4-4. He is a right-hander. 4-4. Ground ball third base X. Third base X. Pedro Feliz is a 2E20. 2E20 at third. And 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh, there is an 11 there on the E20. Is that what it was? Third base. No, he's an 2E12. God, can't remember these numbers. 2E12. 2 is fine. E12, there's no 11. So it's going to be a good play. Jeez, good thing I double checked that. So that is a 5-3 put out. Dodgers trying to punch a ticket to the World Series tonight. Up 4-3. Rafael Furcal here in the 4th. 1-6. He's going to be a single. Furcal's going to try and get the jump. 2-5 and a 12. 2-5 and a 12. That is a 6, so no jump. Rafael Furcal can't get the jump. They will hold him. Andre Ethier. 2 strikeouts by Andre Ethier so far. Is he going to get the golden sombrero? 2-4. No, he's going to walk, and that's going to put 2 runners on for Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez. Over 1 with the walk. As a 4-9 right-hander. 4-9. Fly to right. Two outs now for Russell Martin. Martin is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. As a 2-6. Walks, bases loaded. Walks the bases loaded. And it's James Loney up again. Loney is 2 for 2. Martin is 2 for 2. Loney is 2 for 2. And Kemp is 2 for 2. James Loney. Brett Myers. 4-11. Lefty. Ground ball second base A. There's your 4-3 put out. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 4-3 in favor of the Dodgers. Pat Burrell is up. Pat Burrell against Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe's point of weakness will be 6th inning. Brett Myers is actually 7th inning. All right. Nope. Circled the wrong one. All right, here we go. Pat Burrell. 6'8". Righty. 6'8". Ground ball shortstop. Jason Worth grounded in a 6-4-3 double play. 1-6. Strikeout. That is strikeout. Strikeout number 2. Strikeout number 2. Pedro Feliz with 2 outs. 3-7. Single. No threat to steal, so it's up to Carlos Ruiz to do some damage. That is a 6-4 righty. 6-4, and that is a walk. And now the Phillies have 2 men on. And you got the pitcher spot coming up. And with 2 outs, he's going to have to swing the stick. No bunting this time, or you pull him. But you want to pull him this early, you can go 7 innings. He can give you 3 more innings. So you're going to let him swing the stick. Maybe he'll get lucky. 5-6. He is a weak righty. 5-6. Fly to center. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 5th inning. Still 4-3. In favor of the Dodgers. And it's Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp is 2 for 2 with 2 singles today. 4-6. He is a righty, I think. Yes. 4-6. He's a righty. 4-6 is a single. Matt Kemp will try and get the lead. He needs a 2-6. 2-6. He got an 8. Casey Blake is 0 for 1 with a walk. Casey Blake has a 4-6 righty. 4-6 and another single. And that brings up the lefty, Blake DeWitt. 2 men on, nobody out. Two men on, nobody out. As a 4-8 lefty, 4-8. 1-4 is a triple. That is a triple, a bases clearing triple by Blake DeWitt. And 2 runs are going to come in, and that is it for Mr. Brett Myers. A triple by Blake DeWitt. And they're going to have to find someone to come in here. And let's see. The Phillies. They're going to bring in Chad Durbin. Chad Durbin. He is coming in the 5th inning. And now they have pitcher spot due up with the runner at third. They're going to play back and make him swing the stick. And it's a 2-5. 2-5 is going to be a single. 1-6. Otherwise, it's line out to second. It's going to be line out to second. Almost got a base hit on that. Are you kidding me? Wow. That's a L4. So, runner stays at third. So, with defense will play in again. Rafael for call. Defense in. They cannot afford to give him too many runs here. 1-10. And that is a slow roller to second. Run will score. And a 4-3 put out. I do want to check that one. Infield is playing in. It was a ground ball C with the runner in third. Oh, actually, runner holds. It does not go. Runner in third. It was ground ball C. Infield is in. Runner's hold, batter out. So he does not score on that. So let's see what happens on the Andre Ethier here. Because that run might come off the board here. Let me, before I undo it, let's see what happens here. Andre Ethier might get a base hit and he might score anyways, so I hate to undo it. Let's see what happens. As a 6'8 lefty. 6'8 strikeouts. Nope. So that run comes off the board. It was stranded in third. Stranded in third. On the strikeouts. That run does not come in. 2 runs do come in, though. And my score sheet is a mess. So that's going to be strikeout number 1 because it's a new pitcher, dummy. So 2 runs in. It is now a 6-3 ball game. And coming out here is Derek Lowe. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order, Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins, 5'6", lefty, 5'6", ground ball, second base. That's Blake DeWitt. Shane Victorino, 6'6", lefty, 6'6", 1-17 double. That is going to be a double. And gets himself in scoring position. Chase Utley. That is a 4-7 lefty. 4-7. 1-16 single. That is going to be a 17. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop B. Runner will stay at second. 6-3. Put out. And now Ryan Howard Runner stays to second. Chase out the Ryan Howard. 5-7. Lefty. Ground ball second base X. Blake DeWitt at 4-15. This could be challenging. 4-15 at second base. Blake DeWitt is a 4-15. 4-1 is bad. At 11 on a 15 at first. Blake DeWitt 15. He rolled in 11, and that's not an error, but it's going to be a single 2 stars. Single 2 stars. And run comes in. Howard is going to just stay at first. No threats. They will not hold him for Pat Burrell. Phillies trying to make some noise in the bottom of the 5th. 1-8. Strikeout. That is strikeout number 3. But the Phillies pick a 1-run back up. It is a 6-4 ball game going into the 6th. Manny Ramirez here in the top of the 6th inning. 6-10 righty. 6-10 ground ball third base X. Pedro Feliz 2-20. 2-12. 2-12 at third. 2-12. 2-12. 2-12. 2-1 is not good. That's a single. And a 9 on a 12 is nothing, but that's still a base hit single. Nobody can make a play right now. Manny Ramirez will try to get the jump. He needs a 2. Just not. Oh, he gets a 3 almost. If he gets a 2, he's at 20, so that's why you got to try it. Russell Martin. Russell Martin is 2 for 2 with a walk. And you know what? We're pulling out the big stops tonight. The Dodgers are going to try a hit and run here. He is a B hit and runner. Let's see what happens. They're putting on the hit and run. Super advanced hit and run charts. He is a B. If the single die is 1, 2, or 3, then refer to this. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, read the result off the picture card. Okay, let's see what happens. They're going to try and hit and run here. Holy crap. I don't ever hit and run. And it's off the picture card. 6, 10, righty. 6, 10. However, if a strikeout, walk, single, or double result occurs while reading the pitcher card, disregard that reading and refer to the super advanced pitching results. It does not result in that. It results in a ground ball third base X. Third base X. So we're going to the third base X charts. Third base X chart. Pedro Feliz is a 2-20. And he rolled an 11. We don't need that die. 2 and 11 is G1. And a 11, rolls an 11 on, what was this number? 12. 12 at third base. Yep, no 12. So this would be a G1, but because they were doing the hit and run, I think they don't get the double play, though, do they? Hmm. I don't. I'm guessing it would not be a double play then. So that's kind of why you do the hit and run, is you keep out of the double play, right? So it's going to be a 6-3, and runner's going to move up to second. Again, I could be wrong on that. I don't ever do double plays. That's what our hit and runs. So James Loney, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. James Loney, runner in scoring position. That's why you do the hit and run. That is a 5-5 lefty. And that's going to be a double. And that's another reason why you do it, because now the run comes in and scores. And the Dodgers get the run right back. On the double by James Loney, who's 3 for 4. Matt Kemp is 3 for 3. The Phillies can't get either one of these guys out. 4-12 righty. 4-12 fly to right. And that is the second out. And that brings up Casey Blake, who is 1 for 2 with a walk. 4-5 righty. Strikeout number 2. But the Phillies pick up 1 run in the top of the 6th. It is now a 7-3 ball game. 7-4 ball game. And Derek Lowe has finally reached his point of weakness inning. Bottom of the 6th. And it's going to be Jason Worth first. Jason Worth is a 5-6 righty. Fly to center. Pedro Feliz Navidad. That's a 2-7. Fly to center again. And with 2 outs, Carlos Ruiz. Carlos Ruiz, 4-4, righty. Third base, X. Casey Blake, 3-6. 3-6. 3-6 at third base. 3 and a 9 is fine. 9 on an E6 is fine, and that's going to be a good play. 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 7th. And I think the Phillies are going to bring in Ryan Madsen again. He's coming into the 7th. Ryan Madsen coming into the 7th. He'll be facing off against Blake DeWitt first. 7-4 is your score. Dodgers trying to book a ticket to the World Series. 1-5, strikeout number 1. Pitcher spot due up, and they're going to go ahead and pinch hit for Lowe, since he will probably be done. So who are they going to bring in? They are going to bring in. Righty. They're going to bring in Juan Pierre, the lefty. He's coming in the 7th. Juan Pierre, the lefty, to face off against Ryan Madsen. Pierre against Madsen. Here we go. 2-3. Right-hander. 2-3. Foul out to the catcher. And back to the top of the order. 2 outs. Rafael for call. 1-8. 1-9 single. That is a 1. That's going to be a single 1 star. For call, we'll try to get the jump 2-5 and a 12. And he gets a jump. 18. -1. He's a 1-17. 1-17, and he gets in there. Stolen base. Andre Ethier. Andre Ethier is 3 strikeouts and a walk today. Andre Ethier. Runner at second for call. That is a 2 and a 4, which is going to be a pass ball, which is a 2 for both of these guys. That's a 14, so nothing on the Havoc. We can roll it normal now. Ethier against Madsen. 110. Ground ball shortstop, and that's going to do it. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We got the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time, and the Dodgers need to bring someone in that can close this out. They're up 7-4. And it's going to be Scioto. Scioto is coming in the 7th. Scioto in the 7th. He'll be going up against a pinch hitter right off the bat. And let's see, they got Matt Stairs coming in. Coming in the 7th, Matt Stairs. Lefty against Takashi Scioto, the righty. Lefty-righty matchup here in the bottom of the 7th. Did you stretch? Did you stretch? No, I didn't. All right, I feel better. Here we go. Stairs against Scioto. 1-3 righty. Hit him. Hit him. Stairs. Not much of a threat to steal. And Jimmy Rollins. 2-7. Ground ball first base B. That's going to be a 4-6. Fielder's choice. And he's a double-A stealer. He'd be a -5. He'd still be a 1/15 if he can get the jump. He needs a 4. Ooh. He needs a, what does he need here? He needs a 4-6. He did not get it. He will not steal without the jump. So Shane Victorino, runner at first. Shane Victorino. 2-4. 1-17 home run. That is a 7. That is gone. And we got us a ball game. This is not over. This is not over by a long shot now. It's a 7-6 ball game. 7-6 ball game goes to Chase Utley. Oh, he's 0 for 3. And that should all be in the 7th inning, not the 6th inning, dummy. It was a fielder's choice. And then a home run. Okay. Chase Utley. Deuce, obviously, ignore. Chase Utley. It's a 7-6 ball game. 6-6 lefty. Strikeout. Strikeout number 1. A 2-way, it's up to Ryan Howard, who's 1 for 3. Yep, it's only 2 outs so far. 5-11. Lefty. Left field X. Manny's a 4-4. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. 4-4 in left field. 4-4. 4-11 is a single. 4-11 is a single. A 12 is caught. That is a single. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he was at 4. There's no error. But it's going to be a single. And Howard is aboard. Represents the tying run. Paparell. Scioto, not happy with his outcome so far. And that is going to be a pass ball, which is a 2. No 2, so we can ignore that. No havoc. We can roll normal. 2-7. Walks him. Uh-oh. 2 men on. And that's it for Scioto. They do not like what they see so far. They do not like what they see so far. So they're going to bring in Joe Bielmill. Joe Bielmill. Coming in the 7th, Joe Bielmill. Runners at first and second for Jason Worth. 2 on, 2 outs. Lefty-righty matchup. 2-6 lefty. No, that's a home run check. That is a 1-14. That is gone, and the Phillies have taken the lead. Are you kidding me? No, I am not. The Phillies have taken the lead. If they have scored 1, 2, 3, 4 runs on 2 home runs. Jason Worth with the 2-run home run. And Shane Victorino with a 2-run home run. It is now an 8-7 ball game. Pedro Feliz comes up. Dodgers in shock here. They had this game wrapped up and headed to the World Series. The champagne was on ice. 5-9 righty. Strikeout. It's actually strikeout number 1 because it's a new pitcher. And that's going to do it. But the Phillies bring in 4 runs on 2 long balls. 2 2-run home runs. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 7. It's 8-7 ball game. And you have the number 1 closer in the league in 2008 on your team. All you need to do is get into the 9th inning. And it's up to Madsen to try and get it to the 9th. But he's got to go through Manny Ramirez, Russell Martin, and James Loney first. Manny Ramirez is 1 for 3 with a walk. 4-8. And that is a 1-19 double. But that is a 20. 1-19 double. He gets a single on that. Oh, that is painful to see. Painful to see. Because now that sets up a double play opportunity for Russell Martin, who's not very fast. Manny Ramirez isn't very much faster either. 6-7 right-hander. That's a 1-5 single. Nope. Ground ball, third base B. That's going to be a 5-4 put out and a fielder's choice. James Loney. Loney's been a pain in today. He's 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles. And that is a 1. It's a wild pitch. Madsen, wild pitch is a 5. That is a 1. It's going to be a wild pitch. Moving to second is going to be Martin. Moving to second is going to be Martin on the wild pitch. That's Madsen's first wild pitch. James Loney is going to get another shot at it. And this time, it is going to be a balk. That's a 4, and that is a 1-3. It's a 4. He's for a balk, and that is a balk. Are you kidding me? He balks the run over to third base. Balks the runner over to third base. And Loney's still waiting on the pitch here. And now the defense is going to have to come in with 1 out. Defense in. Up 8-7 here in the top of the 8th. And Madsen, that's it for him. He's had a wild pitch and a balk back to back. That's it. Let's see who they have left to bring in. It's going to be... Well, they can't pull him. That's true. They can't pull him mid. He's already thrown to him. He can't. He's got to face him. All right, here we go. Loney and Madsen. And, oh my God, it's another balk. That's a 4. Oh, he just almost... Fortunately, he did not balk. That was a 1-4 on another balk. He rolls a 5. He almost balked the tying run, and that would have been doom. That would have been funny as hell, too. James Loney says, I'll take advantage of this. 3-11. Ground ball, first base C. Defense is playing in, obviously. And it's a C. Runner third is going to stay there. Does not score. So it's going to be a first base 3. We'll go 3-1 on the put out. Runner stays at third. And now it's Matt Kemp. Runner still at third. Tying run 90 feet away. Matt Kemp, who's 3 for 4 on the day. Do you intentionally walk him? To bring in Casey Blake. Well, Madison's... you got two righties coming in. They're going to bring in... I think they're going to bring in nobody because he's due up in the bottom of the innings, so you'll be wasting a pitcher if you bring him in. They're going to try and let Madsen go. They're going to let Madsen stay in there. Here he goes. Matt Kemp and Ryan Madsen. Big play of the game. Runner at third. 2 outs. 8-7 in favor of the Phillies. That is a 6-4 righty. Third base X. Pedro Flees is a 2E12. 2E12 at second base. 2E12. 2-7 is fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the 12, and that's no problem, and that's going to do it. And they're going to keep the run from scoring. 4-3 in the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors. I'm sorry, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We had a wild pitch, we had a balk, and we almost had a second balk. It was a 1-4, he had a roll to 5. Unbelievable. So now you have Carlos Ruiz up. Before anything happens, it's time to... We need to get a pitcher in, and we're just going to put in Chano Park. Let's see. For the Dodgers, Park is coming in the 8th. He's only going to pitch 1 inning, so it doesn't matter. Carlos Ruiz, they're not going to pinch hit for him. 4-10 righty. And that is a single check. 1-7, that's a 19. That's going to be line out to second base. No, it didn't matter. It'd be shortstop, but it doesn't matter. Now you got the pitcher spot due up, and of course you're going to pinch hit for him. Let's see, who do you have? You have Dobbs, Greg Dobbs. Dobbs is coming in the 8th. Greg Dobbs to face off against Chano Park. 8-7 in favor of the Dodgers, or in favor of the Phillies, sorry. 5-8, lefty, 5-8, walks him. He can get the jump on a 6, and he got not a 6. So it brings up Jimmy Rollins now. Jimmy Rollins against Chano Park. 2-6 righty. 1-2 single, that is the 7, so it's going to be line out to second. 2 outs for Shane Victorino, and we're headed to the 9th. And Shane Victorino can't keep things going. He hit a home run in the 7th to get things started. 2-run homer to pull the Phillies into a 7-6 deficit. 4 batters later, 4 batters later, Jason Worth, 2-run home run to give the Phillies a 1-run lead. 5-6, lefty, 5-6, strikes them out. That's it. We go to the 9th, and you know who it is. It's got to be the #1 closer in the game. And Brad Lidge coming in. They got his set up. All they need to do is get him in the game. Brad Lidge. Coming in the 9th. Brad Lidge, and he's facing off against Casey Blake, Blake DeWitt, and Derek, the pitcher spot, which will get a pinch hitter. Casey Blake first. 3-9. Strikeout, #1 for Brad Lidge. Blake DeWitt. 4-8. Lefty, 4-8. And that is a 1-17 single, but that is a 20. Lines it right at the second baseman, Chase Utley. And the Dodgers are down their last out. Dodgers need something to keep it alive. They need something to keep it alive. Dodgers are looking deep in their bullpen, and it's going to be Noma Garciaparra, I think. Noma Garciaparra. It's coming in the 9th. Nomar Garciaparra coming in the 9th. Nobody on, nobody out. Or 2 outs, sorry. And we have nothing there. Phillies trying to force Game 7. 1-4. He is a right-hander, 1-4. And that is a ballpark single check. He's a right-hander. It's a 1-7. That's a 15. He's going to line it right at the second baseman. And this game is over. The Phillies come back with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 2-run home runs to salvage Game 6 of the series, 8-7. Unbelievable. There will be a Game 7. There will be a Game 7. That is 7-8. The Dodgers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits. 7 runs on 13 hits and an error. Was there an error? We've had some wild pitches. We had, I know there was an error. Maybe it was on the Phillies. Oh, no. It was an E2. Right there. Error. On the catcher. Throwing error. Hey, Barbara. Thanks for staying and sticking around and watching. So 7 runs on 13 hits and an error. The Phillies... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 runs and 8 hits. Did they have an error? Yes, an E3 and an error. 8 runs and 8 hits and an error. So we will have Game 7 once we have to have Game 6 of the American League. Boston trying to close it out and head to the World Series against the winner of this series. We'll see everyone then. It's been a game, I'll tell you. Whew, I'm exhausted. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Wow.